So you have another day before you play up there in New York. Do you expect to sign someone in the next 24 hours just to give you some more depth at that position?
Well, we're definitely looking at more choices. We have some options out there. There's some players that are on the market right now, but we haven't made a decision yet. A lot of it's going to be predicated on Thomas.
Right.
See how he goes today, and then we make a decision. If not, if Thomas can go, we have Brad and actually Otto. I was actually impressed with Otto yesterday. He was handling the point guard role and doing a very good job.
Right.
He's really coming along and improving. I think, with John being out, he's having a little bit more responsibility of handling the ball, and I think it's paying off. And who knows, tomorrow night we might really need him to handle the ball.
How close were you to making a significant move? I mean, you guys did, I guess, trade or whatever you did with Sheldon Mack, who's recovering from an injury. But a lot of people were figuring that teams are going to be poking around. We wondered if Gortat was going to maybe be moved. We know a lot of people like Oubre. Everybody would love to have him on their squad. How close are you guys to actually doing something?
Well, we're like every team in the league. We're always looking and trying to figure out ways to improve our team. We just weren't willing to give up a first-round pick, and we like our team. You just have to get, with John being out, we're a different team. Hopefully, soon he can come back healthy. But we have Kelly's young, 22, and Otto's 24, 25. Brad's the same age. John is 27. Thomas is really coming along, and he's 25, 26. So we got some good young players, and we just have to continue to grow together, and hopefully, we add another piece this summer, and just keep getting better. We have a pretty good nucleus right now.
I'm sure you have a better handle on this. You know exactly sort of what's going on. You're getting, you're getting reports. But I know that when it was first reported that John was having this procedure to clean it up, it was kind of reported as, hey, it's going to go in there. It's going to be like less than an incision, whatever it is, and he'll walk out of there. And then I see him on a nationally televised game, can't remember what it was, and he's in these big-ass crutches. And this was a couple weeks after the procedure already. And I'm like, this doesn't look good. Well, how's he progressing?
Yeah, I think he's on crutches for another day or two. But he's doing some light walking on the treadmill, the Ultra G. It's the gravity treadmill that all the guys do. Last time we talked, he was about to go to Cleveland and meet with his doctors. We knew, he banged his knee, I want to say the Dallas game, like the 10th game of the year. So we knew that he was going to have some good days and bad days, and his doctor and our doctors, our medical team, felt that this was the best way. And John is tough as nails, and he's going to want to play. And that Oklahoma game, I think the game before that, you can really tell that he was dragging. That's when we just said, you know what, we got to shut him down and have him go up to Cleveland. And that's when they decided to perform the surgery. Hopefully he's back, in 4 or 5 weeks, and we can make a good run down this end of the season.
Joined by head coach Scott Brooks of the Washington Wizards, presented by Greenberg and Betterman, specialists in personal injury law. So the last couple of weeks, you've been without John Wall, and you still have had some big wins. You beat the Raptors, you beat OKC. You did lose to Boston. That game goes to overtime. How do you see your team stacking up in the Eastern Conference? Because it seems like you can hang with all the heavyweights.
Well, we played pretty good basketball. If we take care of business tomorrow night, this stretch without John, we're 7-2. But then it gets then the schedule picks up. I think right after the break, we play a lot of playoff teams in a row.
At Cleveland after the break.
Cleveland. I think Charlotte is the only team that they're not in the playoffs in the next 15 games. So we're going to have to play really good basketball. It's not going to be easy having one of our best players and one of the most dynamic guards in the league, but nobody's feeling sorry for us. We got to go out there and compete and give ourselves the best chance to win. I think our guys have been doing that. We've been defending. We're making shots. We're moving the basketball, and we're playing well. Down the stretch, each seemed like every other game or every game, somebody different is stepping up and playing well. Thomas at Chicago, the 25 points. Unfortunately, he got clobbered at the very end, but he played an outstanding game for us.
Why do you think that is, that guys are all sort of stepping? I mean, it's a natural thing, right? It's almost like a next man up mentality, even though it's guys, generally speaking, in your regular rotation. I mean, Thomas obviously playing great. But, guys moving the ball better, defending better, that kind of thing. Obviously, this is what you want when John's there. How do you make sure that happens?
Well, we're going to have to, John is, like I said, John has been banged up. So I'm not on the bandwagon. And we are not even close to a better team. Thing is, people don't realize we were, I think we were fourth or fifth last year in assists. So we've always been a good ball moving team. It's just he's a dominant point guard. He's one of the best. He's probably top 2 or 3. Harden, Westbrook, maybe Chris Paul, and John right there at 3 or 4 in pick and roll play. So we utilize that special talent that he has, and he has the speed like only one other player in this league has. So, we have to play different. We can't expect Thomas to do what John does. And so we definitely changed the way we played just to put ourselves in the best position to win. That remains to be seen. Like I said, we got a tough schedule coming up, but our guys they're excited about the challenge. It's definitely a challenge without one of our best players.